What's going on, guys? It's your man Ed. He's the wholesale coach here, back for another video. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create Facebook ads for your wholesaling business once and for all. I'm going to give you the definitive guide on how to create lead ads on Facebook in the simplest, easiest, most replicatable way possible. So I hope that you all are pumped for this content, guys. I've been long awaiting to put this video out for you all, so I hope that you all are pumped. Go ahead, hit that like button for me now, guys. Let's try to get 100 likes on this Facebook ads video. Now let's go ahead, let's get into the content. All right, guys, so we are here at the computer now. So let's just go ahead, let's dive into the computer and start to create our Facebook ad. All right, so one of the first things that you're going to want to do is create yourself a Facebook ads account. I would recommend going with a Facebook business ads account just in case you are ever to want to add on a new employee or anything like that onto your business. You'll have the business ad account, which will allow you to add extra people into your account so they can help you with the business. So then once you create your account, then you're going to want to just log into your Facebook ads account. All right, so now we're inside of my Facebook ad manager. And what you're going to do once you get here is that you'll just want to click the green create button right here. So we'll go ahead and start the process of creating our brand new ad. And when you do this, what I'm going to have you do is the lead generation campaign objective is going to be nice and simple, and you all are going to get fresh leads come into your inbox on a daily basis. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click lead generation. Now I will recommend from here, go ahead and name your campaign, your ad set, and your ad. So we're just going to make this easy. Boom, YouTube test 1. And it's really important when you go through here to name your ad something that you can remember. Don't just name it anything. Trust me, you will regret it in the long haul if you don't name your ad something that you will actually remember. All right, so now we're inside of the campaign section over here. So we're just going to click special ad categories. We're going to need to turn this on, guys. So our housing ads are special ad categories. So it says you're required to declare if your ads are related to credit, employment, housing, social issues, elections, or politics. So we're going to declare that our ads are for housing. So just going to click that housing button right there. And then we're just going to scroll right on down, and I'm usually going to keep this campaign budget optimization option on. And I'm typically, what I would recommend for you all, if whether you're just getting started or you've been at this for a while, I recommend to be able to get enough data from Facebook to actually get decent results. I'd recommend spending at least $10 in the real estate niche, $10 per day, that is, if you can't afford $10 per day. Just be very aware that Facebook, like, I think you can go as low as like $1 a day or something like that. So, you know, whatever your budget is, Facebook will work with. So if you want to do a $5 a day, $10 a day, $20 a day budget, it's all going to work. But I would recommend starting off with about a $10 a day budget if you have it. All right. So, and we're going to use the campaign budget optimization. We're going to leave the campaign bid strategy at lowest cost, and we're not going to play with these, the ad scheduling. We want to run them at all times. Let's just lift that up. So we're just going to click next, and now we're going to customize the ad set. All right. So right here, you will have your Facebook page selected, and that'll be for your business. We're not going to mess with the dynamic creative section right there. And for this budget and schedule option, I highly recommend that you all do set an end date to your ads. You don't want them just running indefinitely and, you know, you mess around and forget that they're running and, you know, forget to turn them off and you're just getting charged a lot of money even though you don't want the ad to be running anymore. Now, with the special ad categories and the ad that I recommend that you all use, you don't actually want to be running audiences. You really want to just kind of target and blanket the entire area due to Facebook special ad categories. All right, so when it comes to this audience section, we're just going to leave this alone for the most part, but we are going to touch on this locations aspect right here. So, and the reason being is because Facebook does not allow you to mess with the age category or the gender category on here. All right, so since we can't touch age and gender, we really just want to make sure that our location is on point as much as possible. But we don't want to necessarily filter it down so much because we're already starting off with such a small number of people more often than not. So with real estate, obviously you want to be targeting people locally. So what we're going to do in this example is that we're going to use an actual physical address as the center point of our search radius when it comes to the location. So what you're going to do is just click right here into search locations. And what I'm going to do right here is that I'm just going to type in an address. Right, and then we'll use this address as kind of like our center area for our search radius. And from here, like right here in this little section right here, this is where you can actually adjust how big that circle is going to be. Like what type of radius do you want? So in this example, I'm actually going to use a 25-mile radius. All right, so we've got the area of Henderson in there. We've got Las Vegas, North Las Vegas. We've got a decent amount of areas. In fact, we can even go out a little bit larger and go out like 50 miles. You know, let's go the max. Let's go a whole 50 miles. All right, so that's the actual max, but like typically you really want to keep this as small as possible. You really want to be as kind of targeted as possible to your actual location. But you know, kind of choose as needed. You know, some areas are larger than others, so kind of keep that in mind. When it comes to the placements, we aren't going to mess with the detailed targeting or any of that. But when it comes to the placements, we aren't going to mess with the placements. So, and the reason being is because right at the beginning, what I recommend for you all is to go with the automatic placements. So Facebook can generate a decent amount of data on who is actually interested in what you're offering the most. So I don't want you to just go out there and, you know, just go with manual targeting and, you know, you're not exactly sure which areas to be targeting. In general, I would generally recommend like the desktop news feed as well as the mobile news feed. However, you know, I think at the beginning, you really want to get as much awareness as possible. And I think that that's one of the most important things right at the beginning. Let's get some awareness. We want to go with automatic placements in this example, just to keep it as simple as possible as well. All right, so then from there, we've got the optimization and delivery options. We aren't going to mess with any of these options right here, and we're just going to keep it moving to the next section. However, as you all can see now, Facebook gives me an estimate of my estimated daily reach. So it believes that I'm going to reach somewhere between 106 and 311 people every day, and that I'm expected to get less than 10 results. So, you know, you may see this and decide, well, you know, if that's the case, maybe I can increase my budget. Maybe I'll go with a larger budget so I can reach more people. If this was me, like if I was actually doing this, I would probably go back and try to get a higher budget so I could potentially reach more people and try to make more stuff happen. All right, so we pretty much doubled our reach. We're still kind of low as far as the amount of leads, but honestly, these are people filling out an actual lead form. So, I mean, if I'm getting, 10 leads per day, or even anything close to 10 leads per day is going to make me happy with just a $10 budget. So even if I'm getting 5, 3, 2, I mean, these people actually filled out an entire form to tell me that they wanted to sell their property, and they dropped their property address inside of this form. All right. So anyway, we're just going to I'm going to leave it on the $20, and we're just going to keep it moving on to the next step, which is actually going to be creating the ad itself. So I hope that this video is helping. If it is, guys, look, make sure that y'all hit that like button for me. I would really, really appreciate it. It really, really helps the channel out a lot. So make sure that you just gently tap that like button one time if you haven't already.
Push the button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. You heard what she said.
So now we are at the ad creation section, and you'll use your identity of your Facebook page right here. So you will enter that. That will already be entered, and then you can also select your Instagram account if you want these ads to run on Instagram. And then from there, I would recommend going with the single image or video ads. Now you can use what images that you want. Just so you all know, I have created an entire Facebook ads funnel, including a video tutorial showing you all how to create these ads. I've got the copy as far as like the actual words to use inside of the ad, as well as the images available for you inside of that course. What I would recommend is, make sure that you work with a professional, like I did when I went out there. I got some professional ads created. I got some professional copy written. So, I'm not just out here hoping and wishing that, I'm actually abiding by Facebook's terms. So anyway, so like you'll create your image, or like you'll select your image right here in the media section. So like if you didn't have an image in there already, I just want to show you what it looks like. You just click add media, and then you'll click add image. And then you can choose the image that you want to use. We're just going to choose an image right here. Boom. Select placement. So you can actually like edit your placements, like depending on where this ad is going to be shown. You can kind of change how it looks, what the dimensions are, and things of that nature. But we're not going to go into all of that in this video. I want to kind of keep this short, simple, and as straight to the point as possible. So when it comes to this primary text box, this is another one of those areas where you really want to make sure that you're not going against Facebook's ad guidelines. You can't use phrases that make it seem like you know what's going on with this person's life. You really have to word it in a way that talks more about your company and what your company does versus what this person has going on in their life. So you don't want to phrase it like, hey, are you broke and miserable? Or like, hey, does your life suck right now? Or hey, like, are you going through pre-foreclosure? Like, you don't want to directly say like what they're actually going through, even though you may know that. You can't say that in the ad. So what you really want to be saying is something around the lines of, our company helps people in pre-foreclosure, things of that nature. So I'm going to write out a little something. All right, so I've written out the primary text area with a little quick paragraph that I believe would actually abide by Facebook's ad categories. But like I said, I would recommend that you check out the ad copy that I got created by professionals. I feel like that'll probably help you out a lot more, just so you don't have to take that risk of actually getting your ads removed or not being approved in the first place after you kind of put in that work to get them up and running. All right, so as far as the headline, you can say like, we buy houses in any condition. You want to have a little headline right here, something like that. And then as far as the description is concerned, you could put something around the lines of see how we can help. All right. And then as far as your display link, you can put the link to your website. And then, you can put your call to action. What I would recommend is either have learn more or get offer. So in this scenario, I'm just going to go with get offer. So then, we want them to do the instant form, and we're going to create our instant form. All right. But I just want to show you all that, like, you can kind of check out this ad preview over here on the right side of the screen and just see what this ad is looking like so far. You can kind of go through and determine, like, okay, this ad is better. Okay, this looks like this. You can kind of see what it looks like on different platforms. So this is the stories, for instance. On Facebook and Instagram. This is in-stream videos. So, it's going to look different in different ways. So you can kind of get a preview of what your ad is going to look like in advance. It's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is that we're going to create our lead form right here. All right. So we're just going to title this lead form first. So I'm just going to put in YouTube test 1. We're going to leave this at more volume, the form type. Now we can go higher intent, but that will require people to go an extra step. So they will have to confirm their information. That can get you a higher quality lead, but it can cost you more money per conversion. So for right now, we're just going to go with more volume. We want as many people as possible. So now we're going to go into the intro section, and we're just going to use the image from the ad. So this is the image that I have selected for the ad. So we're just going to use a little headline like "Sell Your House Today with no hassles." Bang. And then we can even put some additional details here, such as like information from your website. So I've got a little some copy and pasted right here from my website. So you can put in something just like what you see here on the screen, like give us a call or text or submit your information online now to get a no obligation fair cash offer within 24 hours. And what I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to say give us a call or text, and then I'll add in the phone number right there. Like put your phone number right there. So from that point, we'll just scroll right on down. Okay, here we go. So this is the Sell Your House Today like information that we just put in, like that little beginning information. And now we're over here in the contact information section. So they start off with pre-fill information. So it's nice and simple. Facebook makes this really easy where people don't even have to type stuff in. Their name and email address is automatically locked and loaded right here. So what I like to do is just use Facebook's pre-fill categories, because if you don't use the pre-fills, then it may get a little weird trying to actually set your ad up. So trust me, just go with the pre-filled information. So you can just ask them their phone number right there, right? So in this scenario, we're going to go with Facebook's pre-fill questions. The people will know to pretty much fill in their street address for the properties that is theirs that they are trying to sell. So you can even actually write that right here actually and get a little creative with it. Tell us the address of the property you want to sell. And we'll actually put this in the front. We'll actually put this in the front of here just so it sounds a little bit better. Tell us the address of the property you want to sell, period. Your information is always confidential, or your information will never be shared with third parties. Yeah, we'll just type that in right there. So we're getting this ad rocking and rolling. So this honestly is pretty much the only information that we're going to need. And we're telling them to tell us the address of the property that they want to sell. So they know, even though Facebook is going to pre-fill this in, they know that they need to enter the address of the property that they want to sell. All right, so then from there, we're just going to go on to the next step in the process. Now, when it comes to this privacy policy, you will need to create yourself a privacy policy link. Now, what I recommend is, like, you can literally just Google like privacy policy link online free, something like that, and then fill in your information for that privacy policy. And then you can even put that privacy policy on like a Google Drive link, for instance, and then you can use that link right here to continue your ad. So what I'll just do is I'll just type in my address right here, and then for the link text, I'm just gonna say privacy policy. You can also add a custom disclaimer, but we're not going to do that in this scenario. So now the headline for the finish, They have thanks, you're all set. I'm just gonna go ahead and put in a exclamation point right here, and then in the description I like to put something around the lines of one of our acquisition specialists will be reaching out to you soon. And then I'll also say, if you don't want to wait, use the link below to give us a call. Now, we look forward to speaking with you. You maybe give it a little bit of spacing or something like that, just so it looks a little bit better, something like that. And then your call to action button, you can have view website, or you can have call business. So I'm just gonna put call business so they can actually give us a phone call after they filled out that form. You're also gonna have the opportunity for them to just be calling you throughout the day. And now I'm also gonna show you how you could automate this process so you'll know when these leads are coming in without ever having to log into Facebook after you get these leads rocking and rolling. So the call to action text for this call business button is gonna say, I'm just gonna say, call now. Bam. Something like that. You could pretty much write in whatever you want to right there. You've got 60 characters, and then you just type in the phone number as well that they can call. So we're just gonna publish that. All right, guys, so once your form is created, now you're pretty much done. If you have a Facebook pixel already created, this is where you would click it, or it will already be selected more than likely. And that's pretty much it as far as the build of your entire Facebook ad for motivated sellers. All right, guys, I hope that y'all liked that video. I hope that it was nice, short, simple, straight to the point, and very descriptive for you all. Look, if y'all know other people who would appreciate and benefit from this Facebook ads video, please feel free to share it with them, guys. I noticed that I don't see any videos on YouTube or Google on actually how to create these Facebook ads for wholesalers. So I hope that you all appreciate the fact that I dropped the entire definitive guide on y'all today. Anyway, though, guys, man, I hope that y'all feeling healthy, feeling blessed, man. Look, hit that like button if you haven't already, guys. Let's try to get 100 likes on this wholesaling Facebook ads video.
Push the button. Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
And until next time, guys, I am out. So I told you all that I was going to let you know exactly how to, get people through the door and know exactly when they fill out that lead form. All right. So it's a tool that I like to use called Zapier. All right. So Zapier is amazing. It allows me to automate and schedule and just automate the entire internet pretty much. So I absolutely love it. So in this scenario, pretty much what we'll be doing is that we want to connect Facebook lead ads with Google or Gmail, I should say specifically. So I want that, like when a new lead fills out the form on Facebook, that I'm automatically going to send myself an email to remind me or let me know, inform me that this person has went through the form. Otherwise, you won't get any notification from Facebook that you've gotten a lead. And it's, from my experience, it was kind of hard finding out where my leads even were. So I actually had to go through like a bunch of help desk to even find that out. So what I recommend is when that happens, have Gmail send you an email so then you can know exactly when their lead has actually filled out the form, and you can reach out to those people right away. Now, it's other integrations that you can do as well. If you're using a CRM, you may want to use Zoho. I think that you can connect Podio inside of here, if I'm not mistaken. So you've got options to just automate the process of the lead popping up inside of your CRM so you can work on it, your team can work on it right away. You don't want to waste any time out here in our reality. So I hope that you all appreciate it. I'm not going to deep dive how to use Zapier in this video, but just know that it's pretty straightforward. You want to use Zapier and you want to be connecting Facebook leads ads with Gmail, or they have a ton of other connections that you can use as well. I think it's literally like hundreds of them, 518 different connections that you can make. Like you can have it create a new row inside of Google Sheets, for instance. So guys, just know this is the path. I hope that this video helps you out. It was a longer video, but I hope that it's straight to the point and that it makes sense and that you all can get out there and get rocking and rolling with your Facebook ads campaign. Now, like I told you earlier in the video, I do have this whole process kind of figured out already. If you want to check out my Facebook ads funnel for wholesalers, it will be in the description below, so you can kind of just copy and paste. Know that your stuff is going to comply with Facebook's ads categories. So I hope that you all appreciate it. Whew. And until next time though, guys, that's it. I will see you all in the next one. Till next time. All right.